Hey coffee people, welcome to Baristas of LA. We're here in the Arts District with my friend Brandon. Hey Brandon. Hey. So we're gonna go into Blacktop Coffee and talk about his favorite drinks, what it takes to be a barista, and his life outside coffee. You ready?
I'm ready.
Cool, let's go. Coffee begin for you? I know you're from Phoenix originally. Yep. You've been in LA about 2 years.
Yeah.
How did coffee start for you? Did you grow up with it?
I grew up with it, drinking it at home, but it wasn't great coffee. Yeah. And then I started working for Starbucks when I was about 17.
Okay.
And that kind of just moved me forward in coffee. Did that for a few years. Okay. And then I started working at Copa Vita a couple of years ago in Pasadena. And that's where I really learned my specialty side.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. So what was it? A lot of people maybe work at Starbucks and don't transition to specialty. What was either the education around coffee or the inspiration for you to go a little further and find out what roasting was like and what specialty coffee was that wasn't dark roasted?
Yeah, it was actually a lot of my friends worked for Cartel in Phoenix. Cool. So being around them, actually tasting coffee with them and hanging out in the shops, my coffee knowledge just grew from there.
It's like that's really what opens up, I think, curiosity and just scholarship in general around coffee. So you got espresso.
I did.
And some seltzer water. Is this what you usually get?
Yeah.
When you go to a cafe?
Yeah.
Cool, cool. What's your favorite drink to make? If somebody comes in.
My favorite drink to make is probably a cortado. Yeah. It's not easy to do it right. It can be a little bit tricky, so it's a nice challenge. And if you do it right, it's a great drink.
Well, let me tell you, this one was done right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have 4 kids?
I do.
And you're 29 years old, you got 4 kids, and you're married. You've been in LA 2 years. What's the balance like for you being a manager of a cafe and having a pretty committed personal life? And I see your Instagram pictures with, you know, taking your kids to the zoo and like all this stuff. So what's that like for you? It sounds pretty intense.
It's a tough balance. I think that being able to serve my wife and my kids well and to have fun with my kids in LA and to be able to do something like this, it's not easy. It's a hard balance, but I think if you focus on the things that matter most, you can make the time to do those things.
Yeah, so it's about prioritizing and being intentional with your time.
Absolutely, yeah.
Cool. That's awesome. A lot of people look up to somebody like you in your position where you've had a lot of training and you're managing a cafe now and you have these skills behind the bar and maybe they don't really know where to go or what to do, but how would you advise somebody who wants to get more involved in specialty coffee or wants to become a better barista or maybe open their own cafe? Yeah. What would you say to somebody who's aspiring to do one of those things?
I think the most important thing is really caring about where the customer is coming from. We're not going to find a cafe that makes the best cappuccino. That's not what we're aspiring to. What we're aspiring to is delivering amazing customer service, helping people feel welcome, helping people feel safe. Those are things that are most important. And if we nail those things and we make great coffee, it's a win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had it in you. The lights were down, but I see now you. A roaring tiger waiting for no one. Your hair was down and you began to dance, moving all over the stage.
So it was about 3 or 4 years ago that we came to visit Los Angeles, and we're just blown away by the city. Wow. Seeing the people here, the culture here, kind of like you said, anything's possible. Yeah. And so we decided that we needed to move out here, be a part of this community. Yeah. I think sometimes we get so focused on if I want to excel in coffee, I'm going to learn everything from people that are already in coffee. And I think it's when you step outside of that and you start looking at who are business owners that have done really well, who are basketball players that have done really well. And studying those things, it really allows you to see what success looks like and what leadership looks like in other areas. For people that want to step into a leadership role in a cafe, it's really just about caring about people, being able to care for the individuals on your team, being able to help them grow, develop, and work alongside them so that they can be better versions of themselves.
Wow, cool. So it sounds like it's a pretty personal journey.
Yeah.
From your view, that's cool. You were mentioning you see the baristas here and the experience that you want for customers here to be just that, pretty personal and feel super welcoming. What do you think about the places that, and I mean they're doing their own things, so that's cool, but what do you think about like when you go to a cafe and it's very cold, it's very like, this is what I want, this is what you get. Is that fine for you, or what's your view on when you go to a cafe and it's like that?
I don't love those experiences. I think sometimes, if you work in coffee, you can have, maybe you don't see things that other people would see.
Yeah.
So if you step into a cafe and you're like, hey, I want to know more about this coffee, and the barista just starts educating you.
Yeah.
As a barista, it may not feel overwhelming, but as a customer, it usually feels pretty overwhelming.
Yeah, like there's the process, there's the region,
Yeah.
there's the night-day temperature, there's the elevation. It's like, what even is that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard someone, actually, Victor from Counterculture, basically said baristas should never educate customers.
Wow.
Baristas should have conversations with customers.
Yeah.
And should be able to build relationships.
Yeah.
Only share the information that the customer is asking for, which I think is really important for us to be approachable.
All right, everybody, this has been Baristas of LA with my friend Brandon here at Blacktop Coffee in the Arts District. Brandon, if somebody wants to follow you or know more about coffee from you, what can they do?
Yeah, our Instagram is at Blacktop Coffee.
Cool.
We post pictures of the cafe, our community here, so
awesome.
It's a great place to follow us.
You guys are open 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day.
Yep.
Come check them out. Come check them out. Their avocado toast is next level.
It's on fire.
And according to me, their cortados are next level too. Hey, thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe and comment, and we'll see you next time.